Finally finished my homework. Time to take a nap. Whew. That was a weird dream. Okay, aside from that poorly thought through intro, it's not. It's time for another top 5 review video, and with you with well, it's another set of movies. It's another set of cartoon movies. This one is known as Dreamworks Movies. So this is my top 5 Dreamworks movies. Dreamworks is kind of like, oh, I forgot one. I'll add it later. It's interesting, Dreamworks has like a different kind of like set mindset kind of in a way. So, but they do good movies. So I mean, I have a couple that I like, a couple of honorable mentions. So I can figure, hey, I did Disney one. How about Dreamworks? Give some Dreamworks some love. They have some great movies that came out. So one fairly recently, Fu Panda 3. Well, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Alright, coming up at number 5, because I always start from 5, 4, 3, 2, all mentions 1. Anyway, number 5. Number 5 is a movie that was released a long while ago, and it blew my mind. I loved it. At first I was like, I don't wanna watch this. This looks lame. But Jack Black was in it, so that was pretty much the reason why I went to go see it. This is Kung Fu Panda 1. So in Kung Fu Panda 1, obviously if you've seen the movie, it was a good movie. It was funny. It taught a lot of good lessons, like to be yourself, that the power is inside of you, so on and so forth. So it was a good movie. I liked it. It was definitely one that it's definitely one of those movies where I would watch over and over again, and I would never ever get tired of it. So good. It's a good movie. I enjoy watching it. I don't care for I don't care for the second one that much. The second one was good though. I haven't seen the third one, and the third one does look. It's Kung Fu Panda. I do like the Kung Fu Panda movies, but the first one is my favorite. So, anywho, okay, this one is another movie by Dreamworks that was kind of underneath, and when it came out, I went to go see it with my family, and this was an awesome Dreamworks movie. I give them a lot of props for this coming out. This one taught a lot of valuable lessons too. It was like ew. It's just a good movie. Taught a lot of good lessons. It has one of my favorite movie quotes. If I were to, have a favorite movie quote list, it would definitely be on there. This one is about the snail who gets super speed, I guess. It's Turbo. So Turbo makes number 4. Turbo was just a phenomenal movie. I loved watching it. I definitely rate it a 5 out of 5. 10 out of 10, whatever the rating is. It's a good movie. It's a great movie for kids. I'd definitely go take my kids if I had kids, which thankfully I don't have kids yet. I don't plan on having kids for a very long time. Anywho, that was really weird to say, but so Turbo, great movie. So Turbo, you come at number 4. Plus, it came out with like one of the best songs too. So that's. I could have sworn someone was banging on my door. Anywho, so Turbo. Okay, number 3. Now, number 3 is a very classic. Like, it's a timeless classic that everyone's gonna. As soon as you say it, everyone's like, great movie, best movie, great movie. I wouldn't say it's the best movie, but it's definitely one of the better movies of the world. That's just my opinion again, but this movie taught a lot of good lessons too. And I would say that Shrek. Never mind. Well, Shrek. It's Shrek. Shrek comes up at number 3, and Shrek is just a great movie. It's funny. Michael Myers is hilarious. I love Michael Myers. I love all of his movies except for Love Guru. Don't watch that movie. That was bad. And so Shrek makes it. It taught the lesson of love is for anyone. Love is out there for any person, no matter how hideous or grotesque you may be or how hideous you might look, So Shrek definitely makes it. It's one of those nice movies. I would assume, and I'm hoping that a lot of people would agree that this is one of the most amazing movies out there. So Shrek, you make number 3 because you're awesome. I mean, I'll watch you over and over again. I'll never get bored of it. It's that funny. Donkey. Number 2. This one was actually kind of a surprise that when I watched it, it was that good to me. Like I really enjoyed it. It's a movie about like the holidays, and it's surrounded by one of the like, I guess like holiday figures, or I don't know. He's not really a holiday figure, but anyway. So the movie is Rise of the Guardians. So Rise of the Guardians was an amazing movie. I saw it on Netflix and I was like, why not? I'm kind of curious, so I watched it, and it's surrounded by Jack Frost. He's the main protagonist, and my great movie. It's a great movie. It made number 2 on my Dreamworks movie list. So I mean, it counted for something for me. So it's I don't know. I can't really describe like the message that it sends. I guess just believe, believe in yourself. Believe that you're worth something, because there's always something that's going to happen in the future that you don't know is going to happen. So good on you, Rise of the Guardians. That was a good movie. I liked how you made like Santa, how they made Santa like Russian. They made the Easter Bunny Australian, I believe, so he's like a jackrabbit. And they made the Sandman a mute. So really good movie. Go check it out. All right, so before I get to number 1, let's do some honorable mentions, shall we? Let me scratch those out. Okay, my first honorable mention is a movie that came out about, I think, 2 years ago. And this one I only watched on Netflix. I didn't really care to watch it, but when I watched it, it was such a good movie because it's pretty much, the message is like family is like everything, which is awesome. I love that. This one is Mr. Peabody and Sherman. So Mr. Peabody and Sherman was a little comic strip, and it was a cartoon, and then they made it into a movie, and it's a great movie. It's a lovely movie. Mr. Peabody's a dog, and he has a son named Sherman who's a human. So it's like vice versa of the pet ownership and stuff. So really good movie. Sherman's obviously adopted, so Peabody's like a genius. He's the smartest like living I don't want to say human, but living thing or dog. He's a living organism. So if I want to get scientific, I don't know what you would call him. He's just incredible. Mr. Peabody is just incredibly smart. How about that? So that was a great movie. The next honorable mention was one of the biggest surprises of my life. When the first movie came out, I was like, oh, this is a good movie. Second one came out, oh, this is good. And then the third one came out, and I'm just like, oh, this just looks like complete garbage. But I watched this on, I don't want to say Hulu, maybe Hulu Plus or something like that, or maybe Netflix. I don't know. But this one is Madagascar 3. Madagascar 3 was outstanding. I loved every single second of it. I watched it over and over again a couple of times. It was definitely better than the first two. I mean, the first two were good, but the third one was just amazing. It's the one where they go join the circus in a way, and like it's like Escape to Europe or something like that. I want to say, but I don't know, something like that. Or European something. I don't know, but it's the best one out of all of them, I think. I mean, again, it's not my opinion, but it's the best one. Madagascar 3 is just, again, all these like cartoon like kid movies teach a lot of like life lessons, and you don't really appreciate them as kids. When you watch them when you're older, you start to appreciate them more. But Madagascar 3 is an amazing movie. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was great. For being the third one, usually like movies like if you look at Shrek and Shrek 2, Shrek 3, and Shrek 4, those sucked. I mean, the second one was pretty good, but the third one I didn't care for. The fourth one I didn't care for either. I don't know. Shrek was so popular that they just kept making the movies. So, and then my last one I'll mention was a movie that I didn't really think about, but then I watched it recently, and I thought it's a good movie. I grew up with it as a kid. This one is The Prince of Egypt. It's about Moses and him parting the Red Sea. It's a religious story. I mean, I thought it was a good movie. You know, it taught a lot of things. Like again, like that lesson of, oh, there's so much more ahead of you. You can always, you know, you should never look back on what you've done. You should always look at the positives in your life, and and never look at the negatives. Always keep positive. Always have faith. All yada yada yada. All that kind of good stuff. So Prince of Egypt was amazing. You know, I loved it. I still love it to this day. It's an honorable mention. So I believe it's time to get on to number one. Let's do it. Okay, number one. This movie was outstanding. This Dreamworks movie was outstanding. It is one of my favorite movies of all time, I would say. It has two sequels, 1 and 2. But I'm gonna go for the first one because I like the first one a lot more than the second one. It taught a lot of lessons. It taught lessons like, oh, don't be afraid to be yourself, kind of thing. I guess that's what I learned. Like, don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to exceed your limits. Don't be afraid to overcome your fears. And this one is How to Train Your Dragon. So How to Train Your Dragon is number one. It's an amazing movie. I can watch it over and over again. I'll never get tired of it. I'll never get bored. The second one was amazing too. I went to go see that in theaters. I didn't go see the first one in theaters, but I saw the second one in theaters, and it was a tearjerker, I'll say. I dropped my card. Where is it? Right here. So, How to Train Your Dragon, you're an amazing movie. You know, I really want to get a Toothless Pop now, a Pop figure, because, you know, Toothless is just completely badass. But, alright, so that's my top 5 DreamWorks movie. If you have any more ideas, go ahead and put them down there. I have one, but it's kind of hard for me to do because, like, I got a request to do my top 5 favorite songs, but here's the thing about that, which is the same for like movies and video games. So if I were to do like a top 5 movie or top 5 video game, or in this case the one that was requested, a top 5 song, it would be kind of hard because it changes like every day of my opinion of that kind of stuff. So I can't just do songs in general. I can do like my favorite bands. I can do, you know, favorite Disney songs, I guess. I mean, I can't just do like, oh, my top 5 favorite songs, because it changes every single day. Hell, it changes every single hour what my favorite song is. So like every single week I have a new favorite that I'm obsessed with, and I'll listen to it over and over and over again, and then I'll get bored of it and I'm like, oh, well, that's not my favorite anymore. That's not even like top 5 favorite. So I can't really do that. Same with movies, you know, I always have a different opinion about movies. I love watching movies, you know, I'm a huge movie goer. Same with video games. I love playing video games, so I just don't see how I can do it. I can do different genres though and break it down like I have been. I mean, that's just how I would be able to do it. But other than that, so just so you guys know, I just hit 75 subscribers also, so I'm above 70, so I'm gonna be able to do a special for you guys now. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do yet, but it's gonna involve me like handing stuff out again, like the Valentine's Day special. But I'm not gonna really give away what I'll be handing out until that day. But I just don't know yet. It's not gonna be anything huge or big, but you know, it's kind of like a thank you and like I'm trying to give back to the people around me. So 75 subscribers though, that's amazing. You know, I never thought I would even hit that. You know, just when I started, I was progressively just starting to grow, and now I've grown even higher than I ever thought I would. So it's awesome. So thank you guys so much for that. In any case, so that was my top 5 DreamWorks movies. If you guys have any more, go ahead and put it in the comments. And if you liked the video, go ahead and subscribe, I think over there or down there, either one. And I'll catch you guys next time. So have a wonderful day. This is Exodus 47 signing out. Wabam.